Wade Heineman, it is December 9th, 2022. Was home all day December 8th, 2022. As you can see on my paper here, home all day, alone, 12/8, 12/9. Alone as always, youtube.com/ I've always lived in Iowa, at big I, small v, small e, big A, big L, big W, big A, big Y, big S, small, lived in Iowa. That's the handle on my YouTube account. And if you go to youtube.com/ I've always lived in Iowa, you'll get to my 120 videos or so. That's the only place that posts videos. Never been on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, OnlyFans, any dating app. It's all staged lies by frauds. Never been on any of those things. As I've said how many times on the Twitter accounts I've been locked out of. And now I've got a light box as well as a lamp shining on me. So there's two light sources coming from the front here. Just explaining that because battery is running low on my light box, so it's not enough light as the last couple days showed. But you can see green eyes, side profile, right side profile. And this is just a scab, something I picked at there. It's nothing. So home all day last 2 days. It was indicated that I was faking those documents the other day. No, I wasn't faking the documents. And this shirt's inside out for whatever reason. It was in Fayette County Jail on November 17th and 18th when I was arrested. As you can see, Wade Heineman, housing inspector, never been law enforcement. I was a housing inspector for the fire department. And as you can see, when J. Cole arrived in Cedar Falls, they changed from fire department to public safety. So that included fire, EMS, and police department. It was fire department when I was hired. And again, you can see the embroidery. If anything was staged with this shirt, I've been detained several times now by the police for different things. Fraud would have had access to everything in my Escalade. So anything staged lies with my clothing, that would be why. I'm going to show that I am the father of the son I've been talking about. I haven't talked to him since 2014 on the phone. Not seen him since 1996. Here is attorney letter in 1996 for paternity. You can barely see 1996 on there now, but it's from Ron Van Veldhuizen. Was my attorney. Ron Van Veldhuizen in Oline. Barely see that. Attorney in Oline to Cedar Falls when I lived on 2000 Valley Park Drive. That was would have been, looks like December 9th, 1996 is when we did the paternity test. Cedar Falls, Iowa. I lived at 2000 Valley Park Drive. And that's on his letterhead, as you can see. It's not a copy, that's his letterhead. See if that's good or not, but you see that's on letterhead. But anyway, there's that. And as you see, I was deemed the father of Austin in 1996. Here is the blood test results. Fraud stole one of these papers that I got recently, but this is the original one I got. As you can see, 99.97% that Austin DeLucia, that was his name when he was born, is my son. Wade Allen Heineman at the top here. Tanya DeLucia, Austin DeLucia. 99.97% chance he is my son. Here is Here's the phlebotomist paper for Tanya and Austin, 1996. Here's the phlebotomist paper for me, 1996, way down in Heinemann. Here is Tanya and my son in 1996. The alleged father and stuff is faded on this or whatever, but you can see time, state, December 2nd, 1996. Here's me in 1996. I have to have my tilt of my head correct for my ears to get the right position. My head's kind of cocked up there, as it was a lot. So there's that. The blood test was done in North Carolina, so despite it shows Butler County, Iowa, that's where we were. That's where she was living at the time. But as you can see on the other papers before I just showed, it was Butler County, Iowa, where it was done, or where she was living at the time. I think it says on there somewhere, Butler County, Iowa. That's where she was living. And then this is in 97, my first DNA bill for the DNA test. I've shown this on social media before. Some of the stuff that I've shown on social media before, I still have, and some of it was stolen. $240, state of Iowa. I lived at Canterbury Court there, as you can see. 2601 Canterbury Court, number 5. That's when I was a manager and maintenance person for real estate, or for property for Operation Threshold. That's their property. I worked and I lived and worked on their property. So that's again, Canterbury Court, way down in Heinemann. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, my child support record. This is a certified child support record. As you can see, certified record, stamped 2008, November 2008 at the bottom. That is for my son, Austin. You can see that at the top. Yeah, Tanya Heine was her name at that time. None of these are her maiden names. So, DeLuzia is not her maiden name. Heine is not her maiden name. And Ricky is not her maiden name. She's been married 3 times, as far as I know, 3 times now. May have been more than that, but as you can see, that shows some of my records. 04, 06. Here is 02. I covered part of the case number on this just for my privacy. But there is 190 is the last, and you can see the withholding from my wages on 02 and 03. And I found out that her birth date, I didn't even realize this. I knew it then when I dated her, but her birthday, the day she was born, is a very infamous day in 2001. So she was born in the 60s, but late 60s, and that is when my first started getting withheld in 1997, when I was working at the City of Cedar Falls Fire Department. These are other letters from Ron Van Veldhuizen when I lived Valley Park Lane. Got forwarded Canterbury Court over here, as you can see. That's 1997. 1996 or 97. Stamped 1997, forwarded Canterbury Court. Here's 16th of May, 97, forwarded Canterbury Court from 2000 Valley Park Drive. Ron Van Veldhuizen. It's my attorney for this. 1997. These are papers that I've been trying to protect, as I've said, even though I've been detained how many times now. Frauds have had access to all that stuff. Forward to Canterbury Court again. It's like he made an error on the mailing address there. He put 200 Valley Park Road instead of 2000 on that one, but it's right on the other ones here. It's, this one's also 1997, 13th of March, 1997. Forwarded to Canterbury Court, where I lived, 2000 Valley Park Drive. Ron Van Veldhuizen again, attorney. Department, Child Support Recovery Unit, April 97. So I started getting letters from them. Canterbury Court, 3601 Canterbury Court, 97. 97. March. Was it March? May 97. 1st of May 1997. Canterbury Court, Child Support Recovery.